Hello, fam. My name is C.S. Williams, the Radio Apprentice, and you are listening to 19 Radio Podcast. Tonight podcast, really, I don't have the topic with me. It's quite funny. So I'm right about to call the lady with the theme to this podcast. So while I'm trying to do that, I hope we've tried to recall the Chief Justice's food for thought. Is malaria and COVID-19 related to each other? That's his food for thought anyway. That was from yesterday. I had that input yesterday. So I'm about to call the lady with the theme to tonight's podcast. So you stay tuned. Um, Coming up soon.
What's up?
Okay, yeah, guys. I called in earlier, and we're still trying to find the corner where the network is better. This is the lady with the theme for tonight's podcast, and
Hey.
according to what I heard, she wants to roast me tonight. I don't know.
Please, I'm not roasting you. We're just going to discuss. We're going to just.
Okay, just so I tell you, your network just flinched right now. So before you say your name, please, maybe you should climb a tree. Find a tree, please.
I should find what?
Your network just flinched again. So
Really?
find a tree to climb upon now before you say your name.
Is it better now?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, good.
Hmm.
So, hello, Stanley.
Hello, Jemima.
You've said my name already.
I've not said your name.
You just said my name.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay. Hello, guys. Hello, everyone. Um, my name is Jemima, and I'll be joining Stanley today on his podcast. Yay!
I'm sorry. I'm sure they'll be surprised that you're calling me Stanley because they don't know me as Stanley. They'll be asking who is
Oh,
Stanley. Please, there's no other Stanley in the studio. It's part of my name. They know the radio apprentice. They don't know Stanley. But please just
oh,
go on.
okay.
Yeah, act like an apprentice right now. So I'm
Oh,
not the apprentice
apprentice.
again. Easy now.
Radio apprentice. I'm your apprentice, Abby. You
You're
apprentice, you radio
now
apprentice.
you're the apprentice now.
How are you?
I'm alright.
So what are we discussing today?
No, you're the one holding the theme to this podcast. Please don't fall my hand. I already said you hold the theme to the podcast tonight. So
You're setting me up. Okay. So Stanley called me today. Oh, I'm sorry. Why do I keep saying? I'm so used to calling you Stanley. I'm so used to.
enjoy
So
enjoy
the
yourself.
apprentice called
Hmm.
me today,
Hmm.
and he asked what we should talk about. He wanted to talk about something with me, and
Hmm.
I, after thinking, I just thought we should talk about toxic traits in relationships.
And
And he's
uh
claiming that he does not understand.
but
He's feigning ignorance.
what I don't understand, it's
You do understand. I explained it to you.
no, you've
But
not.
anyways,
No, you
okay.
okay? You start. Then I will follow up with what you want to say.
All right. Okay.
Hmm.
So basically, toxic traits. Oh, how do I put it? There are those traits that people have. Generally, toxic traits are traits that people have that are, I think it's self-explanatory, but they are kind of suffocating to other people.
Mm.
Do you understand? I don't know if I'm making myself clear.
Well, you need to expatiate and use yourself as an example. Maybe if you explain, we'll understand.
You really want me to use myself as an example? Okay, let
Uh
me
huh.
just
Yeah.
use this. This is not a real example, anyways. I'm just
No, no, no,
okay.
no. It has to be a real example.
We've not even gotten to the substance of the topic now. You can't wait to roast me.
No, no. You're meant to define. You're using big grammar, and seriously, we don't
Uh,
understand big grammar. Just say it the way
uh,
it is.
okay. So you know how some people have um some people gaslight you.
Mm-hmm.
In case you don't know what gaslighting is, it's basically making you feel bad or stupid for
Mm-hmm.
something that they did or when they're wrong. Do you
Mm-hmm.
understand? It's basically manipulation, but that's just an example of a toxic trait anyway. But there are bad behaviors, bad inherent behaviors that affect the other person
Mm.
negatively, obviously. So that's the best I can do right now.
Okay, so that is what you're referring to as what? What did you call it again?
The
Relationship what?
toxic trait
Toxic
in
tr- tr-
relationship,
toxic traits in
toxic trait,
relationship. So
yes.
why didn't you
Now,
just tell us those things? Why don't you tell us about those things that you do that get so annoying to the other person? Maybe when you say it like that, we will understand because you're using big grammar. This is not.
it's not grammar now. apprentice, please give your listeners some credit.
Uh,
Toxic,
I should add.
toxic. It's very self-explanatory, really.
Okay, now you've explained. Can you explain better now with giving an instance?
I just gave an instance of gaslighting. But
Mm,
okay, let's say you, the radio apprentice. Let me just assume. Or okay, this is just an example. I'm not accusing you, but let's say you have a girlfriend
mm,
and um you feel insecure.
mm,
You feel insecure, and anytime she talks to other guys, like you feel her friends, you don't let her have male friends or anything. And anytime she talks to other guys and all that, it triggers you, and you lash, you act out, you scream at her, you break things, and you do all the likes. And then when she gets scared and she wants to retreat or something, you're like, oh no, I just did it because I love you. If I didn't love you, I wouldn't do it. Do you understand?
okay, so
That is
now
toxic.
the question is now: is that supposed to be toxic?
Yes, it's toxic.
Huh.
It's toxic.
Okay,
Very,
and I'm very
very.
happy now because you had to put yourself on safe corner. You said
Don't
you
do
said
that.
no. You said
Don't do
if I
that.
feel insecure, thank God you had to help me out.
Um. Okay, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you.
No, you
Continue.
helped me out. Now you said if I feel insecure,
So you
and
think insecurity is an excuse to be violent?
well, you didn't actually say violent. You said toxic traits. You did not say, oh,
Violence,
violence in this or this and that. Now you
evidently,
see that.
violence is
Now you see.
toxic.
That's why I said.
Manipulation is toxic.
That's why I said earlier that you were just ready to roast me because you had some
You
points
say
on the
lie. You
wall.
say lie.
But now, if you say that being violent, from what you explained right now, the guy did not even touch the girl. Oh. The guy just screamed at her. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken,
Mhm.
that's what you try to explain, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
He just
But you say
screamed
that,
at her. Do you call that
and broke things.
and broke things without
Yes,
getting to her?
yes.
Do you is that violent against the other person or
And in the
violence to
end,
yourself?
telling her it's not my fault. It's because I love you so much. Do you think that that is not toxic? Okay, I'm asking you the question.
I don't
Radio
think
offensive.
I
Do you
don't
think that is
from the corner I'm looking at it, I don't think it's toxic.
okay? This is about to be a long ass conversation. I'm doing a little dance right now. Actually, this is about to be a long ass conversation. Why don't you think it's toxic,
No,
please?
I don't think it's toxic.
Why?
It's first of all you only do things. You're not a judge to how people react to what you do.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be with me and you understand me very well, you already know that this is the kind of thing I can do when I'm in this mood, that
Mm,
mood.
mm,
And the good thing you can do if you really care is to make sure that you protect me. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do this or do that. If you really care about this guy, whom you know
okay.
reacts in a certain way
Okay.
when he's insecure,
Okay.
your best point of birth is to protect me.
To protect you.
Yes, is to protect me. If you know very well, okay, if we're together and you know that,
Sorry. Sorry. I was trying to sit. Been standing all the while.
okay,
Yeah.
like I was saying, if you know very well that if you do this and you do that and you do this, it's going to trigger me. Hmm?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
You caring about me is protecting me. Okay? If you take
Okay.
boy A's call and I'll get upset.
Okay.
So if you really care about me not getting upset, why would you take boy A's call? Now, the
Oh.
only time you can do that is if both of us are already having issues and then you want to do it to upset me, then that is practically obvious that you want to do it to upset me. Now, that is not just me being toxic. You are toxic as well because
Stanley.
you try to provoke me.
Okay. 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 Let's calm down now.
Uh-huh.
But can you hear yourself?
I can hear myself clearly.
You are excusing an evidently toxic. Listen, no relationship should require you to cut ties from certain. This was just an example, but let us address this straight anyway. But no relationship should require you to cut ties from your friends. What kind of insecurities that I'm sorry, like how okay. let's switch roles now. Let's say it's the lady throwing things and breaking, I don't know, whatever, because she feels insecure that you spoke with Lady A. You're definitely going to say, "Oh, you're just acting crazy. She's just my friend, or she's just a colleague, or she's just a neighbor." You're going to you're going to make her feel like her actions were unwarranted. Sorry, do you understand? But now you telling me that, oh, because you know that this is how your partner acts, you should protect. Nah, no, I'm sorry, but I don't agree. Listen. I admit that relationships about compromise, yes, but cutting off your friend, whatever gender it is, do you understand? Okay, especially if it is a particular gender,
Okay,
just because,
can I tell you
just
something now? Okay,
okay,
sorry for cutting you there, but let me remind you of something.
okay,
If you are to be together,
mm-hmm,
people have their experiences, just like I said before. When something happens to a person,
mm-hmm.
you ask questions. That is why it's always important. And that is why, in quote, I don't always like it when people say that the most kind of mature relationships is the type where you keep quiet and just nod your head and everything is fine.
Who
That is
says that?
that is where no, I think it's quite obvious that people who talk when in a relationship they call them talkative. If a man is
Ah,
talking too much in a
sorry.
relationship, they say he's not man enough. So the one that keeps quiet is man enough. Well, that's not where I'm
It's
going
not
to.
about talking too much, it's about communication, but
Well, yeah,
sorry.
well, whether you call it communication or you call it talking too much, well, that's not where I'm headed. But what I'm trying to say is, people
Okay.
have their experiences. Okay, now the question is, what if the guy who is throwing things and breaking things,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because his girlfriend is talking to some other guys, of which maybe it
Mm-hmm.
has been happening, perhaps. What if he
Okay.
has been in a relationship before where he assumed that the things were fine and she was fine. He was fine with her talking to her friends, only to realize that there was something else going on. What if he has been in that road before?
And that is why it is toxic. It is really, I don't know, I feel like I'm saying toxic a lot, but it is really toxic to bring the hurt from another relationship into a new one. Like,
But
that's why it is advisable that people heal before they enter new relationships. Do you understand?
no matter how you
Like,
heal, no, let's be practical here. Most of the things you do in life right now are based on other people's experiences. Most of the things you do, most of the things you think about, even most of the things you speak about now are based on
okay,
other people's experiences. And most of the actions you take, knowingly or unknowingly, are
okay,
actions from your past. You just
okay.
don't know when you add them to the meal. Okay? Just because you have been there before. Now, that's why I said if you really care about this person, you learn to protect them, especially if you guys are talking. Okay? Now, I can tell you, oh, this is how it happened before. I never had any problem with my girlfriend talking to other guys until this
Mm-hmm,
happened, that happened. Now, if
mm-hmm.
you really want to be with this guy, now you tell the guy, okay, and funny enough, the only way a guy can be breaking things for me in the reasonable manner, that can be breaking things and this and that. I'm not.
There's no reasonable manner to
No,
break things.
no, I'm not saying. I'm not. I don't break things, right? But like just
If,
like I said,
obviously, you're a calm person, but
just like
I'm
I
just
said,
saying,
no, but just like I said, you don't.
okay.
You're not the judge of how people react to things. The way you react, some people you slap
True.
when you slap him. When you slap someone right now, okay,
Mm-hmm.
some persons will not retaliate immediately. Some persons will go back, plan for you, and even do you worse without doing it in front of you. While some people will slap back and follow the consequences in front of you. So you see that it still goes back to the same result, whether you do it instantly or you do it later. So you're not
Mm.
entitled to how people react. And besides,
Now,
we have to be fair. Everybody has their own
okay,
attitude.
okay. See, listen. First of all, we just talked about one aspect of it. This toxic trait or this example I gave has two sides now. Mm? Now we're addressing the part that involves the man or the woman, whatever gender, being violent and breaking things here. We've not even agreed. I've not agreed with you on that aspect, but you said something that is making me talk about the second aspect now. You remember in the example I said, after breaking things and screaming and acting out, he now comes back to say, "Oh, I did it because I love you. If I did not love you, I would not behave like this. Or if I do not love you, I will not behave like this." Now that, to me, is a master of toxic traits. Like that is manipulation. At no,
No,
it is. It
I
is.
don't see it
Wait,
as
wait, wait,
manipulation. No, I
wait.
don't see it as. Let me tell you. I see it as obsession. That is why you need to be
And
careful.
obsession is
No,
manipulation.
no, that is
Obsession
why
is
you need to be
manipulation.
careful. No, that is why you need to be careful when someone says, "Oh, I love you." You need to be sure if it's obsession, because obsession is not like it's not love. Oh. Obsession is
Mhm.
love too, but it's quite deeper. Like
No,
the person
no,
can
no,
go,
no,
the
no.
person can go extra miles, right?
I don't agree. And
No,
obsession cannot be love. God forbid. Obsession cannot be
you have no
love.
idea. So if
It is not. It is not normal.
if a guy is obsessed about you right now, you think it's not love.
Olomaje. It is not my portion. It is not my portion. I don't need that kind of. I'd rather be single and lonely. No,
If he's not if
no.
he's obsessed about you, he will not cheat on you.
See,
That's
run
the
away.
truth.
I'm telling you. Okay, now I'm telling you as an advice. Run away. If you see someone obsessed with you, you're laughing. It's not funny. Run away.
But now
Have you seen the movie You?
no, the only reason why you're saying you're
Okay.
condemning obsession right now is because you've seen experiences and you've heard about the experiences of obsession. Now, if someone had
It's
told
just
you,
want to give you. You just want me to give you my experiences.
no, I'm not. No, I'm just trying to get somewhere now. Because I was telling you something about how people react to things based on where they have been
Okay.
before. Now, the
Mm.
reason why you're reacting to obsession the way you're reacting to obsession right now is because we have seen movies about obsession, we have heard about obsession, and you have thought about obsession. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the truth about the matter, let me clear you now, is that it's not every person that is obsessed that is violent. That is the path where nobody says it in the way it is. Some people are obsessed.
I'm going
Okay,
to. I'm
okay,
going to.
okay,
I'm going to.
okay. Now let me give you an
I
example.
strongly disagree. I
No,
disagree
you
with you.
strongly disagree because the percentage of people who are obsessed and sane, they are quite small. Okay. Now, for example, there are some ladies who really mess around with their men, right?
Explain what you mean by mess around. 'Cause I'm
Okay, what I
confused.
mean by mess around,
Yes.
opposite of everything a woman should be to them. Probably
Excuse
abuse them
me.
even in public. Okay,
Abuse their men.
abuse their men in public. Talk
Okay.
to them anyhow. Let's say their friends coming and all of that, and she's giving orders. Probably
Okay.
at the top of the range. Let's say she wants to be the leader of the house. Okay,
Okay.
now you understand. I don't need to go further to say how it is messing up with a man. But you see
Okay.
that
Yeah.
some men, to an extent, that she might not even want to take care of her kids anymore. The man has to go to work, come back, and still manage the kids, right? And he's fine with it. Now, not every man will be fine with that. Do you understand?
So they're saying the woman is obsessed.
No,
Who's
not
the
no. The
obsessed
woman is not
party?
obsessed. I'm saying the man is obsessed because
That's not
for
obsessed.
the no for the man, that's what I'm saying. Definition of obsession now is different because you're speaking from experiences. You're speaking from what you've heard and what you have seen. Okay. Now the man himself is acting from what he has seen in her before he met her, and because he's glued to that place, no matter what she does to him, he's still there. He's still loving her. He's still doing the things that she wants him to do. Now, what would you call that?
I hope you know that obsession. That is not obsession.
What is it called?
That is a very, very, very twisted form of submission. Yes,
You have to define that better to convince me.
it is a twisted. See, honey,
Yeah.
obsession is a compulsive preoccupation, an unhealthy fixation on somebody. Like unhealthy being the key word. Listen, an obsessed person will definitely turn out to be violent. If a lady is obsessed with you, I don't know how we moved from that topic to this topic, but let me just say, if a lady is obsessed with you, this is just an example. She will stalk you, or a man, whoever is obsessed with you, that person will stalk you. Will go through like you won't have your privacy. The person will. I don't know how to explain this here. They will be so fixated on you. Their life will revolve around you. If you mistakenly get into a relationship with that person, you're finished. You get into a relationship with that person, and then let me say you say you want to leave, or you want to I don't know, you want to entertain other people, you are dead. The people you entertain or you will be dead.
No, but that's where you still get it wrong. Being
It's
obsessed
not the
doesn't being
obsession.
obsessed doesn't really mean that the person has to kill you. The person might even kill themselves.
And is that healthy? It's unhealthy.
But now that still defines when I was talking about the man as well. Now it's unhealthy that the man is there, but he's there. Now it's unhealthy
Listen,
that
Stanley,
it's
Stanley,
unhealthy that it's unhealthy that
we're
you have to
going
kill.
we're going off track
No, we're
right
not going
now.
off track. It's
We're going.
you're saying toxic traits, and this is if you
No,
sit down and dissect it properly, this is what it is. Unless there's
Stanley.
somewhere you're headed, like you have a target.
I'm
But
no,
but
I know what you're
but
doing. I
what
know what you're
no, but what
doing.
I'm trying to say, let me just say, then you can go back. What I'm trying to
Okay,
say is that whether the person kills his or herself, or kills the other
okay,
person whom they're with, or injures them, or tries to inflict
okay,
violence, whether to themselves or to the other person, right?
okay.
It still boils down to the fact that the definition that you have and that we all have is from the general point of view. Someone must have done that countless times before the person who wrote the word says, "Oh, this is the meaning of obsession," and they write it down. Okay,
Exactly. So now, what are you now saying that the meaning of obsession is different?
obsession.
Yes, no.
Well,
You just say
I
someone must have seen someone acting this way before they decided that, oh, this is what this should be called, and they wrote it down as obsession. Just like saying someone must have seen this color red and saying, oh, okay, this color should be called red. And now you, another person, is coming to say, no, this red color is actually a yellow, and this person that's called this red did not. Ah,
well, I'm saying that if a guy is breaking things, if a guy is screaming, the only path where I don't agree to is if a guy touches a woman in any way. If the guy is breaking things and the guy is so angry that his woman is talking to men,
mm,
well, we should actually ask him questions. He probably has some experiences, because that's what I've been trying to define since. All it's all these things I've been saying since is to try and make you understand that people sometimes act based on their experiences. So before you
well,
judge them, sometimes you ask questions, and that
it's
is why
not
it's
about
so important
judging.
that when you get into a relationship, you should try and ask questions, because we're dealing with human beings and with conscience. So
Listen,
that's
listen,
basically it.
it's not, I understand what you were trying to say, but I don't agree with you.
Okay.
See, it's not about judging somebody. Listen, if you are violent, whether or not you touch the person, that is wrong. Especially for a stupid reason as oh you're talking to another guy. Especially if you're not even doing anything. Like, do you understand?
How is he
If you
supposed to
start,
know? How is he supposed to know that you're
it
not doing
doesn't
something
matter. See,
else?
see, I even that this one I even said is wrong. It does even if she's doing something with the guy, it is wrong. Okay, and I get that, oh, people have the right to get angry. Okay, fine. Okay, you messed up, you acted like this. When you come in to apologize to me, just tell me, I'm sorry, I messed up. Don't come with the manipulative this thing and be telling me, oh, it's because I love you on this, that, and that. No, no, nah, miss me with that. No,
So it sounds manipulative to you.
it doesn't sound manipulative. It is manipulative.
To you. To you now.
It's not. It's not to me. It is generally.
It's not general now, because it's not to me now.
Stanley, okay, let's just assume. Let's just say this is you and the girl that you're dating a girl and she comes and let's say you and I we just finished talking on the phone and we're just friends, we just chatted, whatever. And then she's like, who is this girl? Who is Jemima? She starts breaking things and she breaks your laptop and all that. And you guys are now calm. And then she comes to you and she's like, why are you talking to this guy? I've told you, I love you. That's why I do all this. I love you. Would you clap for her and say, yes, my
Nah,
love, you
she'll
truly
break
love it?
she'll break her things. Let me break my own things. When she breaks her things, then
Eh, it's good, man. It's not love. It's
uh
love. Why are you
no. But now
saying?
that's not what we're saying. She will break her things. When she done breaking her things, then that's fine. But the truth about the matter is, now it depends on how I'm talking to you.
Okay.
That's why I said when we want to do things, actually, we should deal with our conscience too and be able to manage the other person's way of behavior, because we can do things, but we are not the one to predict on how the person reacts to what we do.
I get that.
So
I
I
get
can't
that.
be talking to Jemima and with someone else, and I'm talking to Jemima by 9
Okay.
p.m. in the night, and I'm
Mm.
talking and so laughing and gisting and being so happy and all of that. Now, you and I know that 70% out of the 100 will not buy
Mm,
that idea. No matter how mature they want to be, no matter how understanding they want to be, if you do
mm,
it, if you keep doing that, the question mark will come up. That's why I
okay.
said. That's why I said. As much as I don't agree to some certain behaviors, but the truth about the matter is, because you're organized, doesn't mean that the other person needs to be organized when they're angry. Everybody's organized when they're happy. Even some people are unorganized
Ah,
when some people are unorganized when they're happy. So if
yeah.
someone can be unorganized when they're happy, so why would you judge someone who is unorganized when they're angry? That's it.
See, well, I don't. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to devalue or whatever anybody's feelings or whatever. But but
But
that behavior is bad.
okay.
And then coming to say it's because I love you is bad.
Okay.
It is wrong. It's manipulation at its peak. Do you understand?
Okay.
And that is a red flag. It's a toxic trait. For now, Kelvin, Sandy, I'm sorry, Sandy, please, can you give us an example of toxic trait that you feel you have? Because I don't think you even agree that there are things like toxic traits. But okay, give us an example. Give us some examples of toxic traits you have.
Toxic trait that I have.
Yeah.
I don't break things now, so I thought that was what we were
No,
talking
it's not.
about.
It's not just breaking things. They're different. Okay, let me give an example. Um. Oh, myself. I don't. I can't think of it toxic. I do have toxic. Okay, yeah, again. I have this strong need to be alone sometimes. Like it just comes like that. And when it comes, well, my feelings are valid. Yeah, granted, but the way I act, the way I go about it is not usually the smartest. But I've been trying to work on that. But that is one thing, the way I go about, the way I act when I need to be alone, I need my space.
No, but you
Do you
said
understand?
the way you go about. You didn't tell me the way you go about to help me know what is my own toxic
I
trait.
don't have to tell you.
Okay,
I
so
do not have
you're
to
keeping it to
tell.
yourself. Just say the
You're
damn
not, you're
thing.
not saying your own. You're not
No,
saying
no.
your own.
Just like this, started this podcast, right? I started this podcast, and I was like, the lady with the theme of this podcast is one I'm about to call. So now you're here, and you're supposed to guide us through this podcast. Now,
I'm well, Sally,
um,
you're trying to act oblivious. I'm asking you, tell your listeners your toxic
no,
trait.
you just said there's something you do. If you tell me what you do, it will help me define my own toxic trait. Like,
I said the way I go about it.
okay, so if I should say the same way now, you just said yours now, does it make any meaning?
Okay, let me specify. Okay. I pick fight. I find offense in little things, especially if you're not if I'm wanting the space and you're not giving me the space. Do you understand?
So you just stay and
Like,
you just want space.
yeah. Why are you laughing? Eh? Why are you laughing?
If 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 I eventually were to be your boyfriend and you just stay and you just want space. Now let me tell you what my own toxic trait would
No,
be.
it's less likely to happen. And the space thing happens like
When you're done seeking your own space, me
you will
too,
seek your own space.
I will seek my own space.
Hello, everyone. I hope people have heard this is his own toxic trait. So
No,
everybody,
exactly.
this is Stanley's toxic trait. Do me, I do you.
When you just stay on your own and you just stay on your own like that and you say you want space, no problem. When you finish your own, my turn is coming. Even
So
even if
you're
even if
basically a do me, I do you
even
guy.
if
Everybody has heard.
yeah, exactly. Even when you finish, even if I have to come back and beg for that attention, I'll finish my own first and be satisfied. Then I'll now
But
come.
why? But wait, but I want to understand why do you have to do back? Okay, let's assume you're entering a relationship with this person, and this person tells you, okay, this is who I am. Well, with my partners, I like it's the need for space almost never comes up. But there are times when I get like mentally and emotionally exhausted, and I just want that space. Do you understand? But it's less likely to happen, but it does happen.
No,
But let's just say you enter into a relationship with a woman like that,
if
and
that
then she tells you,
if that
wait now,
happens,
wait
no,
now,
if that
let me
happens,
finish,
okay, go on.
let me finish. And then she explains that this is my kind of person. I personally need space, or she has said it to you before. And then when she now needs the space, she now decides, okay, I'll do you back. Ah,
No,
why?
no. You know what you just said right now? You said she has
What did I
explained. She
say?
has explained to me that she
Mhm,
needs this space at a certain point in
mhm,
time.
mhm.
Now, if you're just the person that just wake up one day and you be like you want space every time you say you want space, no problem. Now, there's something that uh, I understand that it will make the difference. If we're in a relationship and you feel like I am worthy enough to be with you, right? I feel like at that point in time we're able to share certain things a whole lot because it shouldn't just be about intimacy and this and that. Now it's all about having someone to talk to. Okay, so if I can't be that person you talk to and you prefer that you always go mute when you are in that situation, no
It's
problem.
not
I will
always.
go. I will go mute too when I'm in my own
It's not
situation,
always.
so
It's
that so that so that
occasionally.
so that occasionally, yeah. If you go mute
No,
occasionally,
it's not. It's not. You're attacking me. This is what this whole podcast is about. You just told me to attack me. This, see,
uh-uh.
it's not always. See, sometimes people, you know how your body, when you walk your body out, you exert yourself, your body gets tired. You need rest. Do you understand? The same thing with your mind. But for some people, it's more frequent or whatever than others. Just it's for introverts, it's more frequent. Like introverts mostly need to be alone. Do you understand? Now, if I'm dating a person, okay, let's say with others around me, if I need to be alone like 2 days out of a week, this is just an example. Please don't attack me. If
Okay.
I need to be alone 2 days in a week with my partner, it would be like, let's say, 1 day or a few hours. Do you understand? But I'm just saying that if that person wants their space. Like, what is so wrong with that? I mean, relationship is, I'm all for relationship being having someone to talk to, having someone to lean on and all that. But what about individuality? So are we saying that because I'm with someone, I can't be like, I can't have my own self? Like, if I decide to, that I want to be alone for today, then that means I'm putting the relationship at risk. Is it what
No,
it is?
no, no, no. You're not putting it at risk. That's what I'm trying to say. You're not putting
So what
relationship
I'm
at
trying to,
risk. If you
okay.
decide to be going on your own like that, especially when you
Okay.
have issues like that, or when you're
Not
mentally,
not even issues.
if you're mentally
Not
tired, no, if you're mentally
okay.
tired, and you say,
Okay.
oh, you're mentally tired, this and that and that. Now that's a different thing. Like you said before, like you say, you always pick a fight. Now this is not picking a fight. This is explaining that, oh, okay, or I try to talk to you and you be like,
Hey,
I
see,
had a very
you
busy
guys,
day.
are you hearing him? I did not say I always pick a
No, you say
fight.
you always pick a fight. That the way you go
I did
about
not
it.
say
You
I
said
always. I said
but you
sometimes.
said earlier the way
Listen,
you go about it. You try
listen.
to
I
change.
said the way I go about it, especially if you don't want to give me that space.
Okay.
See, underline that part. Let's just say I'm telling you that okay, or you're seeing the signs that okay, I'm going into that phase, and I'm like, oh, okay, sorry, I just need to be alone for like so amount of hours or this day. And they're like, well, why? I have to be here for you. Like, you know, it's good to like care and all that. But if you don't give me that space, even if it's for just, I don't know, 5 hours, I will break down. And when I break down, and the person that comes out, I don't know who she is anymore. It's like a hawk situation. Do you understand? Like
You're just trying to
anything,
just
anything,
all this thing
anything
you're
you do.
doing. Calm down. All this you're just trying to justify yourself. Now you
No.
were asking me. So it's me you were asking about my toxic trait. Abi. So now
Oh yeah, what is your
we've moved
is
from me.
we still one of the toxic traits. Is
If
the do me I do you
this do
trait.
me, I do you. Now,
Uh-huh.
if you're on your own, you just stay and you want to be
Okay.
on your own, it's
Okay.
okay. It's something that you talk about.
Okay.
This happened, and of course, there's a way you say it. I,
Nothing
I,
has to happen
I
for
don't even
to
need you.
decide to be on my own.
If nothing happens and you decide to be on your own, just like I said, no problem. The relationship would never be at risk. Why would it be at risk? Why? No. What
Okay, what's the
I'll just do you back.
are you saying? Very
Of
bad.
course, when we go back to being sweet on my own, just like that, on my own, I will have something too that is bothering me, and I will go
It's
mute.
not about, but like nothing has to
No,
be perfect.
no, but okay, no, because me, I have to give an excuse that something is bothering me. Because if I do my own the way you're doing your own, fight will come out though. So,
Really.
for you not to fight me, for me to avoid you from fighting me, I have to tell you that something is bothering me, and
Okay,
I have to
we've
go.
known one of your numerous toxic traits in here. Next
uh
one.
Next one will be for another episode. Okay, next one will be for another episode. We'll get back to it.